All right, here comes page 13, and I didn't change the page yet, but here we go. All right, so it starts with number 65, which is another system of equations word problem. In this problem, we are purchasing two different types of fish. So the number of saltwater fish is going to be our x, and the number of freshwater fish is going to be our y. Again, I said number, not cost. It's just like the last problem. Even though it's worded completely differently, it is exactly like number 64. We have a total of 15 fish, x plus y equals 15, and we spent $23 with $2 fish and $1 fish. So we say 2x plus y equals 23. Now if you notice, this is a lot easier problem than the last one, because we are already almost set up for elimination. We just need to multiply the first equation by -1. So that would give us negative x minus y equals -15 for the new first equation, and 2x plus y equals 23 for the second equation. We're going to add those together, which will cause the y to drop out, and give us x equals 8. So there's our first part of our answer. Now we just need y. Well, x plus y is 15. So I can plug that 8 in for x in the first equation and then subtract 8 from each side, which would give me y equals 7. So then we just need to answer with words. How many fish of each kind did she buy? Well, she bought x was saltwater fish, so 8 saltwater fish, and y was freshwater fish, so 7 freshwater fish. And that would answer the question. Now I do hope that she's not putting those in this. Oh, good, 2 new aquariums. I'm going to say put those in the same aquarium, half those fish are in trouble. All right. Number 66 is another one of those sum and difference problems. We did one earlier. The sum of two numbers is 54. The difference of those same two numbers is 26. So I shouldn't need to spend a whole lot of time on this one. We add down to x equals 80, which means that the first number, when I divide by 2, is 40. Then I just need to solve for the second one, so I plug that x into the first equation. 40 plus y equals 54. Subtract 40 from each side, and we get y equals 14. So we would say the numbers are 40 and 14. I don't know why I was getting ready to write 50. 40 and 14. Okay, number 67 says the graph below shows the annual increase in salaries of employees A and B. If the pattern continues, will the annual salary of the two employees ever be equal? Explain. Well, look at the graph. Notice that those two lines have the same slope, which means that these are parallel lines. What do we know about parallel lines? It means they never intersect. So we would say, no, they will never be equal because they have the same rate of change. So they will never intersect. Something along those lines. Notice how I used a nice math word here, rate of change. All right, that was an easy problem. Let's go on to number 68. Movie tickets. This is another system of equations problem. Part A says write a system of equations. So again, we've got tickets for adults and students. So we're going to let x be the number of adult tickets. And we'll let y be the number of students' tickets. Okay? So again, a group of friends purchased 8 tickets. X plus Y is 8. And we know the cost of each type of ticket and how much they spent total. So we'd say 7.25x, because each adult ticket is $7.25, plus $5.50 for the kid tickets, 5.50y, equals $52.75. So again, we just need to run an elimination on this for Part B. So the first step in Part B, and I'm not going to show it up here, but I'm going to write what I'm going to do, is to multiply the first equation by negative 5.5 so that the y's will cancel. So that will give us, I'm going to move that down here is where I'm going to write it, okay? Negative 5.50x minus 5.50y equals, and then we do 5.50 times 8, which would be negative 44. And then the second equation stays the same, so 7.25x plus 5.50y equals $52.75. Now that is set up for elimination. So we will combine those two and the y will drop out. That will leave us with, I believe, and I probably should make sure on the calculator so I don't screw up, 7.25 plus negative 5.50 is, yes, 1.75x equals, and then 52.75 plus negative 44 is 8.75. Divide. And that will give us the answer for x. X equals 5. And if x equals 5, then we can plug that into x plus y equals 8. So 5 plus y equals 8. Subtract 5 from each side, and we get that y equals 3. So we answer the question, how many adult tickets, how many student tickets? We would say 5 adults and 3 students. All right. Number 69 is the last problem on page 13. The chess club has 16 new members and gains a new member every month. The film club has 4 members and gains 4 new members every month. Write and solve a system of equations to find when the number of members in both clubs will be equal. So this one's a little bit different. We are going to write a system of equations, but the way we're going to do this is we are going to write each one of these equations in y equals mx plus b form. So for the chess club, 16 members will be your intercept, and your slope will be 1 because they're gaining 1 member per month. So that would be y equals 1x plus 16. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for the film club. Okay, it has 4 members, which means that the intercept is 4. And it is gaining 4 new members, so m equals 4 as well. So that would be y equals 4x plus 4. Now they want to know when these numbers will be equal. So what we're going to do is we're going to substitute. We're going to take the right side and we're going to plug it in for the y in the second equation. So that would give us the equation 1x plus 16 equals 4x plus 4. We're going to move the x's to one side by subtracting 1x from each side. And while we're at it, we're going to move the 4 by subtracting 4 from each side. That will give us that 12 equals 3x. And then we are going to divide by 3, which will give us x equals 4. That is actually the answer to the question because it says when. Well, months is your x. X is time in months. And your y in this situation is total members. We're being asked about the time, not the number of members. So we're done here. We would say for months. We don't need to solve for y to answer the question. We could plug that in and figure out that in 4 months these will both have 20 members. That's when they'll be equals, when they both have 20 members 4 months from now. That does it for page 13.